Alright, how you going guys? Today we are going to be doing some hacks on the Bushman fridge. I want to change it. I don't like how it goes like that at the moment. It doesn't really work with the table. So I'm going to make it swinging the opposite way. We're also going to be adding a fridge freezer thermostat so we can watch by degrees. And as well, we're going to do the good old Sirocco hack. So we're going to add the Sirocco fan just to get a bit more circulation in there, just to allow cooling. And as I've heard, it stops the bit of frostbite that gets up in the freezer with all the ice and everything. So let's get into it. It's pretty easy. I'll start off by getting the fridge empty because she's still full, and we'll get her out on the table, and then I'll show you how we rearrange the hinges and the locks and everything, and then we'll work on the inside once it's empty. Anyway, I'll rearrange everything and see you in a second. So I've taken the fridge buddy off and emptied the fridge out currently. So now we'll take it out of the Norweld bracketry. So you got 4 latches on either side, then the metal bracket comes out. Chuck that over to the side for the moment, and then we'll grab the fridge. So the fridge you just literally pick up once you unplug it too, don't forget to unplug it. Just crab walk it forwards until you get it right out. And then it's as easy as just picking her up, and we'll sit it here on the table. So, while I'm here I can give it a clean, but pretty much, I'll bring the camera up for the moment, so pretty much we are going to be moving this bracket here, this silver bracket here, which we'll take those 4 screws out on top, and then we'll move it over to here, where there's already screw holes, and then vice versa on the bottom. However, the bottom's got kind of like a plate it sits on as well, so we'll move that to there, that to there. And then the handle itself, we'll peel this sticker off here, which of course I didn't keep the extra stickers that they provide, but hey, we'll deal with that later. So we take this sticker off here, and then under there's 2 screws. We'll slide the handle over to there, drill the new holes, cover it all up, reinstall it, and then we'll open it up and we'll install the fan, which we're going to install just in here, and the thermostat on this side somewhere, and then wire it in all up here. Anyway, I'll get into it and I'll talk to you as I'm going, but that's just a quick overview of what we're going to do. And as well, since we just came off the Cape, I think it's time for the fridge to get a bit of a clean. She's a little bit dirty. Anyway, let's get into it. So, all we're actually going to need today is these 2 right here. If you had the proper trimming tools would be better. But so I'm just going to use this one, which may ruin the sticker, but it's alright. I'm sure we'll be able to get our hands on another one. Just slowly work it. Yes, I could heat it up to loosen the adhesive, but I'm not going to go to that extreme. We are on the road, so we don't carry every single tool with us. But there you go, she came off pretty good actually. I reckon I can probably reuse that with a bit of, I've got a bit of spray sticker, so we'll probably reuse that. And then that's like gone. Oh, actually I forgot to mention too, we will need a drill with a 2mm drill bit just to pre-drill some pilot holes for the screws when they go back in over this side. However, we'll take these screws out. If they ever come out. They're long. Alright, so there is our screws out. Chuck them over there as well. At this point we'll unlock, open, and this handle should, there you go, just pop off. So it's just pretty much clipped over the top with the 2 screws there, which we'll add a sticker or something like that to cover that up anyway, so that'll be fine. We'll chuck the handle down there. So now it's all free opening. At this point we'll jump over to this side, and we're going to come up the top here. So up the top here we've got the 4 screws here, which we'll take out, then we're going to move them over there. We'll start this by taking them out. They're a bit stiff. So this is the last one for the top. Alright, that's the 4 screws at the top. As you can see, the door isn't actually falling off because it's still held in by this bracketry here. So if we open it up now, we can take that top bracket off, making sure you keep that little black rubber spacer. We'll sit it over here. We'll take the whole door off now, sit it over here, and then you'll see these 2 down here on the bottom of the fridge. You've got this one here with that little beveled edge down, so that holds the door up, and then you got this one over here with the post for the bottom of the door with a rubber bracket. So I'm going to unscrew that one, and swap them. So the post is on this side, beveled edge is on this side, making sure the bevel points down. That's so if the door ever drops, it hits it and brings it back up into where it's supposed to be. Alrighty, I'll get into it. I've picked to do it the harder way by using a screwdriver. But yeah, you could also, if you probably didn't have the fridge on, you could lay it down and make it a bit easier. However, I don't know, I've always been told never to lay a fridge down after it's been on or whatnot, or if you're going to turn it straight back on, which of course we are going to turn it straight back on. So I'll just leave it upright and do it the harder way for now. So there's the last 4, oh, sorry, not last 4, but the 4 coming out of this bracket. Just yeah, one thing, really don't lose these little plastic, because they do actually come off. Whilst I'm doing this, and yeah, I suppose just talk about something. Yeah, if you guys want to know anything about the build so far on the Ram, I haven't done a full walkthrough yet. That is coming. However, if you want to know how we've done anything, how I've carpeted, yeah, just let us know, hit us up. I'm always happy to help. If you're doing the same thing, I'm definitely for everyone doing their own things and doing it at home or whatnot, not paying the bigger companies to do it, because at the end of the day you get a better product, I reckon. You get a bit more satisfaction as well if you do it yourself. Alright, there's that one off. So now we're going to grab this one. We've got the first screw. Line it up. Sorry about the wind too, if you can hear it. I can't really do much about the weather. The weather's been pretty atrocious here in Mariba for the last week or so. Alright, so we've got 3 in there now, so I'll do this one up. Do the front 2 up. And we'll chuck this one in the back. So that's the 4 screws. I believe this is the best way to do it. I've seen other people do it, and for some reason they like to put the top one in first and then you got to balance the bottom one. Anyway, this is the way I do it. And then we'll take this one, the beveled, making sure the bevel pointing down. Grab one of these screws, put it in that way just so we know we've got it the right way. And find a hole, any hole, pick a hole, that hole. Nah, not any hole. Find the right hole. Do it 3/4 of the way up and leave it so we can get a couple other screws in just to line everything up. It's always fun when you're doing it this way and you can't really see. There we go, all 4. So now we'll just nip them all the way up. Alright, there's the bottom ones done. Now, we'll jump back over here, we'll get everything ready. Sorry for continuously jumping in front of the camera, but we'll get these 4 screws, we'll go back over this side. So I'll have this bracket ready, 4 screws ready, and we'll pick up the door. So at this point, you can line the door up on the bottom hole. Just slide it into there, then we can grab this one, slide it in and slide it under the big black bracket at the top. And then we close the door and Bob's your uncle, it pretty much lines up straight away. So we'll get these screws in quickly. Yeah, if it's it's probably your first time doing it, you'll notice the back screw has tape over it. All good. Whack the screw through the tape. The only thing is just make sure it's lined up, because I noticed my bracket was pulling, so if you can hold it on that side as you do it up, I reckon you'll get a better end result. We'll get these 2 front ones in just so it holds it a bit more square. Lucky last through the tape at the rear. Alright guys, so that pretty much brings to the end of moving the brackets. We now have a fridge that opens, shuts. This doesn't have a lock, so we will get this lock and we're going to put it to roughly where we want it. So if you see there, you got a little groove there and that there, so it just goes on the back, and then as you push down it clips on. Easy as that, and then you can slide it along to exactly where you want it, and see that, how it locks. So we'll probably, I'm going to put it about there.
You put it on the bottom?
No, because
For the short people?
yeah, Alana just asked if we can put it down the bottom for the short people, as she can barely reach it, and we might be lifting the rig a bit higher. Anyway, I'm guessing we probably could, but we'd have to move this black part. So if you don't know, with these fridges, that part there actually locks into this, and on the top of this there is 5 screws for adjustment to bring it in and out. Loosen up these 5 screws at the top here and it slides in and out for adjustment on the lock of the door. I'm guessing we would be able to move that down the side. I'll do a little bit of research into that, Alana. Because I don't really want to, I don't like drilling holes where we're not able to. So with this now, you can see we don't have much play. I might make it a bit harder actually. So I'll just show you for the fun of it. If you bring the camera up, so if you loosen these ones off up here, you can actually just slide it in a couple of mil. Yep, so we slide it in a couple of mil the whole way along. We'll nip them up so they're tight, so they're going to hold. and then that would have just taken any play out of. See how now it's like it's really hard to lock. I don't think I'll do that because it might be harder for a liner, but that's just a little show of how to do it. I am going to tighten it, but just not as much, so I'll back them off and just pull it out a little bit. So, yep, I'm just closing up that gap on the inside edge of the screws. So they were hard up at the start. Alright, so now we have tightened it. And there you go, there's not any real play on the door there, which is a lot better. Right, so now next step to lock this bad boy in here, we need to drill 2 pilot holes like those 2 there, but over here now. So I'll go grab my drill because I was that smart guy and didn't set up my drill to start with because I forgot about it. And I'll get a 2mm bit and I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got my drill. So we're just going to go center of the hole. There we go. And there we go. It's always scary drilling into your fridge. I don't know why. I just don't like it. I'm just going to jump in front of the camera again because I'm that guy. And now we'll put this screw in. And there we go. So now the lock is in place. Goes all the way, then the last little bit. And once again, we can adjust that if we need to, once it's back up there. We'll grab this sticker because I reckon it might just stick back on. There you go. Stuck back on. Sticky enough. I don't think it's going to come off. If it does, we'll just add a little bit of adhesive. And to cover up that, there is a secondary sticker that Bushman add in that goes over it, gives you the model name. However, we're not going to do it because I was that guy that threw it out and never thought I was going to do this. But that is just a quick way on how to change the door. Yeah, if you want to know what's on there, we've got another video on our YouTube page about the fridge buddy. Alrighty, so fridge is back in. I'm just putting on the mount for the Norweld mount, I suppose you'd call it, which I, of course, put on backwards. Hey guys, so fridge is back in. The fridge buddy is back on. I'll just quickly open it up. As you can see, everything's back in there. She's turned on. The thermometer is up there. So that's just on with some sticky Velcro so I can pull it on and off if I need to. I'm not going to do the fan today. I need to get my hands on a soldering iron because I want to do this the best way possible without cutting any of the original cabling or anything like that. So watch out for another video on how to do the fan. We'll talk about that then. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed. See ya.